ready to hang this Elizabeth Catlett. It's like a poster print I got from the Art Institute of Chicago when I went to the exhibit they had over the winter time, like a few months ago. This is a like poster print of one of her most famous works called Sharecropper. I absolutely love this work. So of course I bought a $15 poster from the gift shop. I showed y'all this when I bought it so that I could have something to post in my house. I am actually getting ready to address this wall. I still don't know when my Tyka Pride piece is coming in. It is scheduled to be here no later than May 7th. Originally I ordered it in December. It was supposed to be here by March, but then she had to do a second run in production because she was having issues with like her production facility. Like they were like effing up the design. So my order was added to the run of the new production, which pushed the delivery date back. And right now I checked today, it says May 7th, and I'm trying to like check and get it done because my friends will be coming to visit at the end of May. So like throughout the month I want to get as many little things around the apartment done as I can, starting with addressing this wall. So hopefully that Tyka piece comes, because that's going to cover up pretty much all of this like metal, whatever the hell this thing is right here in the middle of the wall. That light is going to pretty much cover up all of that. And then I have that gray like lockbox where all of my like switches and stuff is. I have a painting on this wall here. I'm about to move that over there and then frame this and then like stack them on top of each other. So I'll get this framed and then I'll show y'all what I'm going to do, and then I'll show y'all the new piece that I got in that's going to go here. It's very much a piece that I feel like goes in either the kitchen or over a dining table. And since my dining table is right here in front of the window, I can't really hang it. So I'm gonna hang it on this wall adjacent to the dining window where I have, I already have a piece right here, but I'm going to move that. So give me a minute because my battery about to die. Okay, I'm back with a fresh battery and I have it all framed up. Y'all remember when I was buying all those frames to frame little like knick-knack, like little prints that not knick-knacks, but little prints that I had just like laying around, and I had some extra ones and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it because I'll be able to use it. So this is the last one of them. So I've actually used all of them now, but this print was a little bit larger than the frame, so I just measured out and cut off where the excess was, and luckily it didn't cut off any of the image or you know, anything like that. So it's perfect in this frame, and it's going to go here. I'll show you because I feel like y'all can't see me from all the way back here. If I didn't say, welcome to a new weekly vlog. It is Thursday after work. I'm just trying to keep myself busy. Update on my dad. We did get they did finally say, hey, there's nothing else that, you know, we can really do. And so I guess, you know, I'm waiting for my sister to get done. She runs a daycare. She has to like make sure the kids get home, and then she'll get an update from his wife for next steps and give it to us. She's sort of just like the liaison. It's just easier for there to be one of us talking to his wife and then relaying the message. Like, you don't want to overwhelm her either, because you can only imagine like how, that's our dad, but that's her husband, right? And she's the one doing the primary like care for him. And I can imagine, you know, as things get worse and, you know, he's bedridden, which he practically is, right? He can still move around with like assistance from a cane and stuff like that, but as it gets worse, you know, it could be really hard on her. And so, you know, we were having conversations about people taking FMLA. Not me though. I'm not taking FMLA. I can't afford to have half of my pay. Like, me and my sisters were having that conversation, but we were like talking about, you know, that type of stuff or whatever. So we're preparing for what is looking like the inevitable. And so I pretty much slept the second half of the afternoon. I ain't gonna even lie. I hope my boss ain't watching this, because espresso, just depresso. But I just finally pulled myself out of the bed, one, because I'm starving, but I got distracted by doing this before I could even do that. But anyway, I have this Langston Austin piece here, and it's been chilling here. I'm going to move the Langston Austin piece from here, and because my dining table sits here in front of the window, I'm going to hang my new print here, so not directly over the dining table, but like adjacent to it, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to move Langston Austin here over this thing to hide this ugly thing. And it's easy, I don't have them like bolted to the wall. You can easily pull it off and put it back on if you like need to get into the box. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and hang those two here. And then this weekend, maybe next weekend, I'll see how I feel this weekend, but then I'm going to go into Framebridge. This is my new print. I've taped it back up because I took it out of the little tube, and obviously I couldn't get it back in the damn tube. So I didn't like nigger rigged it back in the, like the little paper that it came in. I feel like if I take this off, it's gonna tear. Oh well. I'm going to go get it framed here soon. So I guess it's not that big of a deal. So if you watch my non-vlog videos, then you've seen a video where I talked about the existing art that I have in my apartment. This was before I even moved into this one. And then I did a wish list of some pieces that I wanted to get. And this piece is called Cigarettes and Coffee by Torrin Ashton, A-S-H-T-U-N. So if you remember that video, you remember me showing you this. And it's like a portraiture. Like, it's portraiture work. It's a bunch of different women, and they're like at a table, and there's a bunch of different fruit, like blueberries, oranges, papaya, like all type of fruit. And then they have coffee, of course, and then they're like smoking cigarettes. So very like appropriate for, it's so pretty. Look at the colors. Y'all know that's right up my alley. So it's very appropriate, I feel like, for like a kitchen, dining area. So I'm going to move this Langston Austin and hang this there to be adjacent to the dining table. And then I'm gonna hang Langston Austin over here, and that'll sit next to, when the Tyka Pride piece comes, it'll sit next to that. Literally art on every wall in this apartment. And then the adjacent side, like this side here, like my heater thermostat thing is there, so there's not anything I can really put over there. I think I might get like a little floating shelf and just put some decor on the floating shelf because the wall looks so bald-headed, but we'll see. But I definitely have to cover this gray thing up because it drives me nuts. It literally drives your girl crazy. I hate it so bad. Ugh. It looked good, right? You know, it's a little off kilter because, I mean, it wouldn't be if it wasn't me. Everything in my house that is hung is a little off kilter because I hung it there, but it looks really good. That wall being not so blank and that gray thing not being there looks great. I love it. That Christina Martinez print that's in my bedroom, it's hung that high because in my mind, what's going to go there is some sort of like storage shelving situation. So it'll be a certain height, and then there will be things on top of it. So then there will be an appropriate space between the print, like the frame, the art, and the thing. That's why it's hung so high. But yeah, like and then that little circle mirror over my dresser in there. That's just what I had at the moment. I'm going to replace that with something else eventually. It's this mirror by Design Within Reach that I would love, but it's almost $1,000. It's a little bit out of budget, but I'm gonna hold off until you know, I'm claiming maybe one day they'll want to work with the kid. Maybe one day these YouTube numbers will start going up, and I'll be cashing them Google checks. I could just buy it, but I'm eventually gonna replace that with like a bigger mirror too. It's a bunch of stuff that I want to do in here. I don't foresee myself moving. Hopefully they don't hit me over the head with a rent increase that make me feel like I want to move. Even though whatever they increase it to, I feel like I'm going to just bite the bullet and do it. Because, girl, I'm not moving no time soon. Anyway, I had these 2 Target things that I thrifted from the Goodwill or whatever and didn't end up using them. And so I started going through my little stack of postcards. And I found this postcard I got from the MoMA when I was in New York last year. I went to the Jack Whitten exhibit, and this is one of his, like, a postcard of one of his original, like, acrylic paintings. So I just put it in the frame. Right now I'm just gonna sit it on my, like, TV stand, but I thought I'd frame up a couple things because once I do get some shelving for that little open space right there, it's not a huge space, so it won't be something huge. I want it to be open, so I want it to be open shelving where I put like little knickknacks and stuff, and maybe like a couple things at the bottom where I can throw, like, I need somewhere to put like hats, like sunglass cases and stuff like that, like little storage like that. Right now it's just like pushed in the back of my closet, so it won't be like storage. It'll be more like, you know, that kind of storage. Anyway, so I thought I'd just like use these frames real quick to store some of this stuff. That postcard fit perfectly in that one. And then I wanted to see, because I thought this would be cute right now on my dresser in there. Hold on. One thing about me, I'm gonna pick up, if I see like a nice like postcard, or like even when I get PR and stuff, sometimes they'll send like nice postcards. Anyway, I got this from Xenu, the perfumery that we went to when we were in Mexico City, and I bought those 2 fragrances. This like postcard came with the purchase, and it just tells you about like the brand and stuff like that. But like, look at that, that's so chic. So I was hoping it fit in this 4x6 frame, and I'm gonna put it on my dresser where like my fragrances and stuff are, as like decoration. Listen, it's good to like collect little trinkets and stuff, because you never know when you'll be able to use it for something. It's dirty. Hold on. And then after this, I'm gonna make me something to eat, and then I'm probably just gonna watch episodes of The Handmaid's Tale. It feels like a Friday, but it's Thursday. It's not Friday, it's Thursday. But I was just thinking to myself, like, everything that I'm working on, I need to like really lock in, just in case I have to spend an extended period of time at home. It doesn't fit exactly, but it fit enough. We're gonna use it in case I have to spend an extended period at home, even though I don't plan on like taking PTO the entire time if I have to. But I'll be working, but you know, it's only so much. I can't take all my stuff with me, so all of the things that I feel, oh, that's look, it fits perfectly. Should I do it? I think I'm gonna do it this way. So I need to flip it upside down, because right now, yeah, hold on. So any like recording or whatever I need to do, I need to try to get it done. I am working on updating a couple e-learnings, and I need to really buckle down and focus on getting that done within the next week, like at least the recording, because I can do the editing on just my laptop. It's my little sister is she gets so annoyed at like the preparation for death that me and my sisters are sending me to do. We keep having to tell her like this is happening, like this is what's happening. Like, even she was like, I'm gonna take FMLA for my job to help with dad, and I'm like, no, you can't afford to do that, right? You let, because my other sister, my sister that's right above me, she was like, I'm gonna see if I can get FMLA so I can help Dawn. That's my dad's wife's name. If I can help Dawn with dad. And my little sister was like, me too. So then here I go, like, and I feel like I'm sounding insensitive, but I'm just like, Lakeitha, after death, life goes on. You don't want to put yourself in a deficit, right? You don't know how much time you're going to need to take off to grieve or whatever. You just don't want to be in a deficit, right? Like, help where you have the capacity to help. But when dad leaves here, your life is going to go on. And if you didn't set up and put yourself in a deficit by going on FMLA, maybe getting half of what you paid, you're going to be sorry. Like, you know? So those are the type of conversations that you have to have. I don't think she hearing me though, because she texted and said, what's daddy's birthday? I said, girl, she filling out them FMLA papers. But you know, you gotta let the people do what the people do. See? Ain't that chic? And I'm just gonna put it in my bedroom on my thing. Hold on, let's go do it. Let's go do it. Cutie cute. Yeah, y'all can't hardly see it because it's got a glare on it. Oh, there it is. Right? Just a cute little addition. Anyway, that concludes my, that looks good. That concludes my home improvements for today. I am going to make me some dinner and watch Handmaid's Tale. That's what I'm going to do. Day after day. Baby on TV. What I want to smell like? Same OG. Yeah, I can only be me. It's crazy how much my hair grew out this time. All the way back here. I still got 2 weeks. What shoes am I gonna wear? I think so. Let me see. I'm headed to dinner, darlings. It's Friday night. It's crazy because it's still like very much daytime, but it's literally like almost 6:30. But I'm heading to dinner. It's a new like friend date, so obviously y'all are not coming along. But I thought I'd show y'all my finished product. Girl, I don't got on nothing special. Black Aricia t-shirt, my Ghani pants because girl, cost per wear. I'm like, girl, put them pants back on because you paid retail for those and they were $600, $650. Cost so, and this is only my 3rd time wearing them since I got them, and that's just very much unlike me. My air rest, because I'm gonna catch the train there. Definitely catching an Uber home because it's gonna be dark, but I'm gonna catch the train there. So I put on some comfortable shoes, and it's still 40-some degrees, so I got on my long Sandro coat, Givenchy crossbody, Saint Laurent sunnies, gray patch, the Lord above. That's it. That's all. That's the look. Let me get out of here. I don't want to be late for my first meeting.
Sing it low, we speed it up. Option to just stay in your spot if that feels best to you. Find a lot of power behind this movement. I love it. All right.
Happy Saturday. It's Saturday evening. It's 5:46. Y'all, I have this fat ass like dark mark from I had a blackhead. Like it was in my forehead and it was hurting so bad I had to get it out. And I didn't even like have to apply that much pressure to it. I literally took a Q-tip and hit and it came out, but it left this fat ass black mark, which is annoying because why you acting like that? Anyway, I'm about to record the audio for Unfolding, which is the latest short story that I wrote. It's up on Substack. I know y'all haven't read it like I told y'all to because there's not as many impressions on it, but that's fine. That is okay. No pressure. No pressure. But you know, eventually I will leave y'all on here and on social media, and you will only be able to access me through my writing and the communication I do around my writing, i.e. like, you know, lives and things like that. So I'll still be around, but not in that way. So don't sleep. Anyway, let me get the recording because last time it took me 4 hours to do this, girl, because y'all know I got a lisp and I be fighting for my life. Okay, I be fighting for my life. Testing, testing, 1 2, testing, testing. Okay, let me redo that. I'll be fighting for my life. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing. Yeah, okay. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing. As soon as I get ready to like record, here come a damn train. Spring had finally arrived in Chicago, and Shannon planned to spend the entire morning outside. A walk to grab a quick breakfast, Pilates in the park, and a stroll through her favorite farmer's market. Spring had finally arrived in Chicago, and Shannon planned to spend the entire morning outside. A walk to grab a quick breakfast, Pilates in the park, and a stroll through her favorite outdoor farmer's market. She grabbed a tote large enough to carry bread, herbs, flowers, and multiple bags of coffee grounds from her favorite seasonal coffee stand. It felt good to spend a warm spring morning doing exactly what she wanted without considering anyone else. I don't even want to talk about how long it took me to get, that is 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. But I am satisfied with that, so I'm going to move on to the next. The way that I make this not more overwhelming for me, because the fact that I have a list, here's the thing. One, I keep trying to tell myself, done is best. You're not gonna get it perfect because you're not like an audio person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are people that like literally do this for a living. I was literally just watching Kennedy Ryan's TikTok video where she was sharing clips of the 2 people that are reading her new book that's coming out, Score. I need to read Real, and then I'm going to read Score. I think that's going to be mine because I haven't read romance in so long. So I think I'm going to buy Real and then read that and then read Score. I know you don't need to read one to read the other, but if it's a series, I like to finish it. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. But I'm trying to tell myself that done is best, because I just sat here for 30 minutes trying to get something perfect. You have a lisp, you have a accent, like, girl, just read the fucking thing so we can get done. But I was saying to make it even less, or make it less overwhelming for myself, because I'm already overwhelmed, is that I'll record a few paragraphs, edit those down, record a few paragraphs, edit those down. So when I'm done recording, I'm done editing. Like, I don't have to then go back and try to edit through all of those clips and mess ups and stuff. So yeah, let me lock in. It's 6:37. I want to be done with this. I'm gonna be realistic. I'll say by 8. I want to be done with this by 8. We'll see. I'll check back in when I'm done to see if I met my goal. Okay. Don't I look toe up? Don't I look like I just got my ass whooped? Anyway, I did not make my goal. It's 8:28. I'm not that far off. But it took me, when did I sit down? 6:30-ish. It was a little after 6:30. So it basically took me just under 2 hours to record 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes and 37 seconds. It's 3 minutes and 37 seconds. It took me almost 2 hours, which is crazy. Anyway, it's all edited. That's the good thing, which is why it takes me a long time, because I'll go through and edit and re-record what I don't like. But like I said, done is better than perfect. So it's done. I'm going to listen to it, download it, create a thumbnail, and it'll be up Sunday morning. So kudos to me. Kudos to me. I need to text my best friend, because I mentioned that her son is graduating from college this weekend, and it was my plan to go, but as I mentioned, we are currently waiting. Well, I'm waiting to hear back from my sisters who are liaisoning with my dad's wife and his doctors to decide what, I always forget the name of it, but hospice, essentially, like the other name for it, what's going to happen. So I don't know if I'm going to end up going home. I have like mentioned to my boss what's going on, so you know, I'm sure I'll have the ability to work remotely from home a little bit. But in the case that I want to stay for like some extended time, in the event that, like, I don't know how fast or how slow, I don't know what this is going to be like. So I don't even want to use a day, because I would have to take a PTO day Friday to go home and then go to the graduation on Saturday. I don't even want to spare a day. I literally just used the day last weekend to go to the prom, and then I have to use the day at the end of the month a couple days actually at the end of the month, because my nephew's graduation is at the end of the month, and that one I have to be at. So I need to text her and tell her I'm not gonna come. I feel bad because I want to support her. Like, I'm so proud, not just of her baby, but at the job that she has done. But such is life. Anyway, thank y'all for chilling with me while I record Unfolding. If you didn't read it on Substack yet, it's Wednesday and you're seeing this, go listen to it on YouTube. Thank you. I ain't never ran from a nigga and I damn dirty ass. There's a whole lot of comfort on that one sweet John. I let this room up and drop, room up and drop. In my trunk, in my sister codeine. $1 million mission. One time I drop my heaters on. Outside, believe it. It's all pain, sweat, my other self, and so I am trying to step my like non-yap content game up on like TikTok. My only thing is, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like I put all this thought and effort into like thinking of like content around like my interest and things like that. Like the video that I just made is about books, right? And also TikTok be doing like these little challenges where like you could win like and people literally be winning the money. So I was like, if I'm gonna talk about books, let me see if I can like get in on one of these challenges. But people be winning like stupid money doing like these challenges. But I'm like, I'm not about to talk about books anyway. Let me see if this actually works for somebody like me. But in general, I kind of wanted to I kind of want to start doing commentary on TV and movies and art and literature and things that I consume, because that is a huge part of my life. And I mean, not like critique, but just like, in addition to just like sharing in a vlog, like I went to this exhibition or whatever the case may be, kind of talk a little more thoroughly about it, or I read a book, kind of talk a little more thoroughly about it, or I'm reading a TV show or watching a TV show, or I watched a movie. Like, I went to see Is God Is. Once it's out, then I'll talk more about what I thought about that movie, like in the video. So I'm trying to like do more, because I'm trying to show brands what they could do with somebody like me that doesn't necessarily do like makeup and skincare, but like I could talk about these things while I wear makeup. Like my niche isn't to teach people how to do makeup or whatever the case may be, but I can talk about the things that interest me while I do it, right? And so naturally people will be like, what are you using? So I'm trying to show people that I'm interesting. People are interested in what I'm talking about, and then I can naturally like incorporate your products in my things. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to show brands that even though that's not really my goal. I was talking about this on live yesterday. Like, it's not really my goal to get like beauty brand partnerships. Like, I will do it, but it's really my goal would be to have opportunities to offer commentary, whether it is, you know, on a red carpet, or, you know, at a event, or like at a festival like Essence or South by Southwest, or on a panel, or on a podcast, or like whatever the case may be. Like, that's really what the type of opportunities that I'm looking for. So I'm trying to position myself, you know, as I wouldn't say thought leader, that's too heavy of a word, but like position myself in a way where people can see that I can actually carry a conversation about a multitude of things. Anyway, I say all that to say, I had to pull out all of the books that I have hiding under this thing, because I made a TikTok video today. It was on my list to make about my reading politic, right? Which is Black stories by Black authors with some exceptions, right? And that's whether it's fiction or nonfiction. So I was going through the 12 or so, because I think I read maybe like 14 books that I read in 2022 or 3. I can't remember the exact year. That sort of like changed my politic around reading in general. Cicely Tyson's memoir being one of them. Actually, this is my, like, this is the best memoir I've ever read. I'm like exporting the video right now, so it'll be ready to go up because I gotta get to work in a minute. But this is literally like the best memoir I've ever read, but I pulled them all out so I can share them in the video. Mariah Carey, I also read in that year. I, Tina with Kurt Loder. This tells you the true story. Like, what's love got to do with it? They took some creative liberties. Ike was more worse. I don't know how you could make Ike worse than he was. That nigga was ill, okay? Hold on. So now I'm just trying to put all the books back where they go. I also read Awkward Black Girl that year. Memorial Drive by Natasha Trethewey. This book actually put me into like an existential crisis. Like, I literally had to get back into therapy after reading this book. Her mom was killed very similarly in the way that my mom was killed, and so it, like, I started talking about it on TikTok only to realize that I had like suppressed some memories around my mom's death, and I ended up having this conversation with my sisters, and it just sent me into a tailspin, and I had to go to therapy because I was fucked up. Anyway, not anyway, but you get what I'm saying. More Than Enough by Elaine Walter Roth. I read Stupid Black Girl. It's a book of essays from an African-American, girl, why can't I fucking, from an American African, my bad, Brianna McCarthy. Oh, I'm gonna have to change that because I know I said that wrong when I recorded. And then, or I'm gonna have to put a, like a note on the screen. There's We Need More Wine. We're Going to Need More Wine by, what is this woman's name? Gabrielle Union. Girl, I'm trying to rush because I need to get back to work, but I can't start working, or I need to get to work, and I can't start working with this stuff everywhere like this. Hold on, I got more books. Oh, my toe. My toe. Ouch. Ugh. Okay, really quickly, the rest, and then I gotta put this up. Somebody's Daughter by Ashley C4. I used to follow Ashley. I don't think she posts as much on social anymore. I never unfollowed her, but I don't see her anymore. But you know how algorithms go. But I followed her on social media for a long time, and I knew about her story about her dad being in prison. And then this is like, this follows her relationship with her dad, but he eventually got out. He was in prison for a long time. So I wanted to support, I wanted to read her book. So that was one of the books. Three Girls in Bronzeville, a uniquely American memoir of race, fate, and sisterhood. I've talked about this book before, I don't know on here, but this is like one of my favorite books now. And this is a book that if people are like, do you have a book to read? I tell them to read this one. A Renaissance of Our Own. Candace, I'm sorry, not Candace. Rachel Cargyle is another person that I followed on social media for a very, very, very long time, and wanted to support and read her memoir. Red Lip Theology. Same with Candace Bimbo. Follow her on socials for a long time. We actually went to college together though. She went to TSU, graduated from TSU. So I read her book. Another one of my favorite books. This and this became two of my favorite books out of that challenge. This is Invisible Child, Poverty, Survival, and Hope in an American City. It's about a young lady named Dasani. It followed about 8 years of her life. She grew up in Brooklyn in extreme poverty. It was written by Andrea Elliott, who is not a black woman, but it was wrote in collaboration with Dasani and Dasani's family, and it will piss you off. It radical. I still check on this girl. I Google her at least once a year to see like how she doing, because it baby, this country don't. Not before I log into work. I put this in there, but I did not read this during the challenge. I said it in the video too, like, girl, I don't know why I grabbed this. I read this last year before last. Either way, this is good. This Aurora, this was good. And then the last book I did read in the challenge was The Beauty and Breaking by Michelle Harper. So those are all the books that I read in the challenge, and I gotta put all this shit up. Oh, I pulled 2 other books out because I was saying in the video how there are exceptions to my politic where I will read books that aren't authored by Black women necessarily. Like I, Tina was written in conjunction with Kurt Loder. I remember Kurt Loder from MTV. Or like Invisible Child was written by a white woman, but it was in collaboration with the family. So that would be an exception to the rule. Or Best Man, which is a romance book, but it's by Rose Damu, who is a mutual of mine on social media, but she's a trans woman, and this is a romance where the female protagonist is trans. This is a marginalized group that I am interested in reading stories from, so it didn't matter that she wasn't Black. And then Homie Don't Play That. This is my favorite book. This is going to be my recommendation. It was written by David Peisner, but it's about the Wayans family. And you think Wayans family, when you refer to them as comedy royalty, you can leave a Black off. They just the comedy family, because every comedian, Black, white, or otherwise, during the 80s and 90s, they not who they are without this family. Okay, so yes, Black royalty, but comedy royalty, just period. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh baby, it's warm. It's so warm in here. Hi guys. Oh, y'all all up in the stove. Girl, I tried to do that cute little vlog interest. Oh, I gotta take my shoes off. The cute little vlog interest situation when you into the dough, but it was dark when I set the camera up. So y'all was all in the stove. It's Tuesday. It's 12:49. I literally 12 o'clock. I left, went to the bookstore, picked up my order. My Brandy memoir finally came in. Grabbed some coffee, and I'm back. Baby, I did that in 14 minutes. I'm on the road, so I need to get back to work. But I'm so excited to read this book. I'm so excited. I did read the preface. I'm reading something else right now. So when I'm done with that, maybe I'll read both of them at the same time. But I'm so excited to read this book. I read the preface in the coffee shop. I just sat for about 5 minutes and read it. And she told a story, which I don't want to ruin the book, but it makes Full Moon makes sense, which is my favorite Brandy album. It used to be Never Say Never like everybody else. And as a true Brandy listener, I feel like as you mature, your fave matures into that album. I don't make the rules. It just is what it is. But I'm so excited to read this book. I was tearing up at the preface. That's how, like, I was like, girl, you a Brandy fan. Down, boots to the ground. Anyway, y'all, that's it for this vlog. That's all I have. Last week, I was like, where did I set a vlog? Girl, that's it. And that is it for this week. So, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All the links and stuff is in the description box below. And hopefully, I'll have more to do soon. And the vlogs will be longer. But in the meantime and in between time, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. And I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye. I don't know if I'm hot or cold. My nose running, but also I'm hot. Woo. Bye.